Hello and welcome to another episode of Bushcraft Dave, doing some back garden cooking. And it is one of those weird sort of days in this early part of spring where it is like freezing cold, but the sun has just about come out, so I am going to be cold. I'm many layers on. And I wanted to cook something super quick, something I've never made before, but something fairly easy where I didn't have to overthink things. So I found, just in the local shops, this Blue Dragon Pad Thai noodle kit. We'll have a look and see how this works in a second, but alongside using this Pad Thai noodle kit, I also need some prawns, fresh prawns ready to cook. I need some bean sprouts. I'm not going to use all of this in this recipe, but the rest of it I'll use probably tomorrow, maybe even today, for another sort of Asian inspired dish. I also need one egg and a couple of spring onions. That's it. So I'm going to be cooking on my Trangia 27 today, and we're going to be making a pad thai. Let's get cooking. Decided to use the gas one today just for convenience, but you could easily do this with your normal spirit burner. Okay, first thing I want to do is get a pan of water onto boil. Just wipe the power up. So the first part of my instruction is to boil up some water and then just boil the noodles that are in here for about 5 minutes. I've got the pad thai sauce. We've got some noodles. We've also got some crushed peanuts. Okay, that's reached a lovely boil. Could we even turn it down a bit now? Let's get these noodles in. Certainly look interesting. I don't know what kind of noodle they are. By the look at these, I'm assuming that they're rice noodles. Okay. Well, we'll cook them for about 5 minutes then. Might as well make use of the time. Chop up my spring onions. Okay, time to drain this off. What I like about using the Trangia kit is that the chopping board can become a drainer. So I'll stick this in the go out into the garden and just pour off this into a drain. So it's nicely drained. It does say to rinse it with cold water. So I'll just pour a bit more water back in and go and drain it again. Okay, we'll keep the lid on the noodles ready for the next bit. Next up is to fry off all the rest of the ingredients with some egg. Let's get some oil in the pan. Let's get it hot. And then we'll go in with our king prawns. It's not necessarily the order that they would describe it, but I prefer my bean sprouts to be a little bit more cooked than some recipes say. So I'm going to just go in with a reasonable sized handful of bean sprouts. Right, then we need to crack in the egg, and then basically we're going to scramble the egg within all of that. Okay, into there we'll go with the pad thai sauce. This is looking delish. We'll chuck in there the spring onions. You could save some for on top, but I'm not too bothered. I'm going to stick most of the peanuts. See how easy this is to tear, not too bad. Go most of that. Save some for sprinkling on the top for that one. Then we'll go in with the noodles. Now we all know where this is going to end, don't we? Like that. Now this is definitely a serves two recipe, so this is putting the 27 to its pace, where its pace is. And we're really just reheating everything now. I am going to share this with Mrs. Bushcraft Dave, as much as I'm feeling a bit of a pig. I'm going to share this. Now the recipe itself did call for 200 grams of prawns. I only put in 150, so it's a little bit less than it says, so maybe it should have a few more prawns in. Right, we are good to go. Let's go and get this served up. I tell something, it's full of colour. Yeah. And then just finally, little sprinklings of peanuts on top. Right, tuck in. So there we have it. Blue Dragon prawn pad thai. Just a nice little simple cooking kit. All I needed was that cooking kit, 200 grams of prawns, I only had 150, a couple of spring onions, an egg, and some bean sprouts. Yeah, super simple, and hopefully super tasty. That is really nice. Wow. It's got a really nice little bit of kick and burn to it, but like just humming there in the background. Really nice with prawns, but you could do it with chicken. You could do it with all sorts. Bit of pork. But you would not be disappointed with this. After a long day hiking, getting back to your tent, or getting back home or whatever, I'm just going to quickly rattle this one up. Yeah, you'd have to keep your prawns in some sort of like little container that's going to keep them nice and cold. They're not frozen to begin with, they're just fridge ones, so a little cool pack that will keep things cool will sort you out. Delicious. Well, I'm going to share this. I reckon the Bushcraft children might be interested in this as well. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. I need to give this to them before I eat it all. See you later.